All right, chat. Yeah, I see what it is, man. I didn't see this one coming. I even had to do a little research on this to make sure this one was legit. And this one is authentic right here. So, y'all, man, we gonna hit this like button. If y'all ready, man, I'm ready. Let's get into this, man, and see what the hell they got for us, man. Let's go. Let's get it.
Like Pac did come to death row and just like took a shine from a lot of people because I remember how he
back in there and you talk to him and you tell him how you feel.
and just like took a shine from a lot of people because I remember how he tried to make it seem like Snoop said I sat back and let Pac shine. That let you know right there, nah, bro, you ain't sit back, but he just was coming and shining, and you just happened to just lay back.
The Tupac murder case just took a U-turn into the Twilight Zone. Dwayne Keith Keffy D. Davis, the man who once boasted about his role in the 1996 killing, is now singing a different tune. Just when you thought you had the story figured out, Keith D. throws a curveball. After getting arrested and bragging about his involvement, he now claims it was all a big fib. But here's where it gets even more bizarre. While Keith D backtracks on his previous claims, fingers are being pointed at the Dogg father.
I always felt when Pac died, it was because Snoop could have stopped that whole thing. I mean, because like I said, Snoop was a crip.
What is the extent of Snoop's involvement in Pac's murder? Find out all the details in this video. Is Snoop guilty? Suge Knight's podcast, Collect Call, has been making headlines with its bombshell revelations. But in a recent episode, Suge takes things to a whole new level. He suggests that Snoop Dogg may have had a hand in the events that led to Tupac's murder, or even the murder itself. These allegations have sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community, as Snoop Dogg has always been seen as a close friend and collaborator of Tupac. The conversation that sparked these allegations began with a question about Diddy's involvement in Tupac's death. But Suge quickly shifted the focus to Snoop Dogg, stating, "As far as the Puffy situation, I really gotta have a real conversation with Snoop. I knew that Pac did everything right by him by putting him on All Eyes on Me, speaking about him and being real with him. And if it's true what they say face to face, it's gonna be a lot of explaining to do." These words have left fans and industry insiders stunned.
Yeah, for real, it's gonna be a lot of explaining to do, cause fuck, from what I gathered, fuck, him and Pac was tight as shit, man. It was like fucking afros in they tracks, for real, for real.
Snoop Dogg has always been seen as a friend and collaborator of Tupac. To suggest that he may have been involved in the murder of his close friend is a bombshell that has raised many questions. Let's take a closer look at the timeline of events surrounding Tupac's murder and examine any supporting evidence or lack thereof for Suge Knight's allegations against Snoop Dogg. On the night of September 7th, 1996, Tupac attended the Mike Tyson versus Bruce Seldon boxing match at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. After the fight, Tupac and Suge Knight were driving in a black BMW when they were stopped at a red light. A white Cadillac pulled up alongside them and shots were fired. Tupac was hit multiple times and later succumbed to his injuries. The investigation into Tupac's murder has been ongoing for years, with many theories and speculations surrounding the case. Suge Knight's recent allegations against Snoop Dogg have reignited interest in the case and have raised questions about the true nature of the relationships within the hip-hop community.
Man, it's just crazy, bro, because every interview you done seen him do, and I ain't seen none as recent, but you know what I mean, some of the past ones, bro, you know, award show, he's praising Pac, you know what I mean, he got the little, but you know, that little sweater he had on, yeah, I know what that is. I mean, we ain't even gonna mention that, but bro, maybe he was just trying to keep the light off him, allegedly, who knows, man. I don't know, but I did do my research on this shit, for real, to make sure that this wasn't no damn clickbait. And this shit definitely popped up on the news, for real, for real.
So what evidence, if any, supports Suge Knight's allegations against Snoop Dogg? At this time, there's no concrete evidence linking Snoop Dogg to Tupac's murder. The investigation into the case has been complex and has involved multiple leads and suspects, but no definitive answers have been found. It's crucial to approach these allegations with skepticism and critical thinking. While Suge Knight's words may be shocking, it's important to remember that they are just one perspective and should be examined alongside other evidence and testimonies. Snoop Dogg has has not publicly responded to Suge Knight's allegations at this time. It remains to be seen how he will address these claims and whether he will provide any evidence to refute them. Looking back at the mid-1990s, Death Row Records, led by the notorious Suge Knight, dominated the rap scene. Snoop Dogg, with his smooth flow and laid-back persona, had already established himself as a rising star within the label. But then everything changed when Tupac, fresh out of prison, joined Death Row in 1995. Tupac's arrival at Death Row Records was nothing short of a seismic event. His larger than...
You know, if he did do that, this would be the reason why he did it. Shit, Snoop was already up there. Pac came out, man, and Pac was about ready to pass Snoop Dogg up. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I fuck with Snoop, but Pac was on the rise real quick, bro. He was getting ready. He was about ready to knock Snoop out of his spot. Like I said, I fuck with Snoop. I fuck with Pac, but man, y'all gotta look at it, man. Pac was on a roll, bro. For real, for real.
Life personality, raw talent, and unapologetic lyrics captivated audiences worldwide. Suddenly, Snoop Dogg found himself sharing the spotlight with a force to be reckoned with. Napoleon of the Outlaws sheds light on Snoop's feelings during this time. According to Napoleon, Snoop Dogg was undeniably a superstar at Death Row Records. But when Tupac came on board, everything changed. Tupac's presence was magnetic, and he quickly became the center of attention.
Yeah.
Snoop, who was used to being the biggest star on the label, couldn't help but feel overshadowed. It was a clash of egos, and Snoop's jealousy started to simmer beneath the surface. Napoleon's insights reveal the underlying tension that existed between Snoop Dogg and Tupac. Snoop's desire to maintain his status as the top dog clashed with Tupac's meteoric rise to stardom. But why did Snoop's jealousy manifest in such a public manner? Napoleon offers a possible explanation. He said, "You have to understand the circumstances. Imagine being the biggest star on Death Row, and then Tupac comes along and takes all your shine. It's a blow to the..."
Bro, what I always call this nigga Tupac, bro? The media be slandering Gang's name. It's Tupac. It's just like they do Julio Fulio. They call that nigga Julio Fulio. What the fuck's wrong with the media, man? They didn't graduate from school or something? Some of these dudes, what the fuck?
The ego, no doubt. And now, 25 years later, whenever Snoop does an interview, Tupac's name is always brought up. Maybe Snoop is trying to reclaim some of that shine for himself. It's a way to remind people that he was there too, that he had his own success. Napoleon's perspective provides valuable insight into Snoop's motivations. The constant reminder of Tupac's legacy can be a bitter pill to swallow for someone who once held the spotlight. But what about their friendship? Were they truly friends? Or was it all just a facade? Snoop and Tupac were friends, no doubt about it. But sometimes, jealousy can cloud even the strongest of friendships. Napoleon also said, "It's sad to see Snoop trying to diminish their bond in interviews. I believe it stems from his own insecurities and the need to reclaim his place in history." The complexities of their relationship are indeed fascinating. Snoop Dogg and Tupac were not only label mates but also collaborators. Their iconic collaboration on the hit song 2 of America's Most Wanted showcased their chemistry and undeniable talent. During an appearance on Big Boy's Untold...
You know, we wouldn't even know because it didn't look like that though, gang. Looked like them niggas were straight up homies. For real.
Stories, Snoop Dogg opened up about his reaction to Hit 'Em Up and the discord it caused between him and Tupac. Snoop recalled the events leading up to Tupac's tragic death and the strain on their friendship. "Man, I'd say a week before he died, we were best of friends. 2 days before he died, I don't think he liked me. We were in New York and shit had happened. New York had shot at me and did all kinds of shit to me. Just the worst shit you could think of, and I forgave him. Then I went and did an interview and was asked how I felt about Puffy and Biggie. I was like, I like them niggas, I want to do some music with them." Snoop's willingness to work with the notorious Big, Puff Daddy, and other New York artists caused a rift between him and Tupac. The betrayal felt by Tupac was evident, as Snoop's association with those he perceived as his enemies rubbed him the wrong way. Snoop said, "That just rubbed cuz the wrong way, like, nah, f them niggas,
Man, did Cuz go to did Cuz go to the Diddy parties or what?
Niggas tried to kill me. Nas shot at you and you talking about you want to do a song with them niggas. Even when he played the video for me to Hit 'Em Up, the song, I didn't like the song. I didn't like it. I didn't like the shit. It wasn't the shit to me. Like, you buying more problems, cut. You buying problems. Gangsters are everywhere. They make them everywhere." Snoop's candid admission reveals the depth of his disappointment in Tupac's action. The diss track not only targeted their East Coast rivals, but also created a divide between Snoop and Tupac. The song's aggressive tone and confrontational lyrics didn't resonate with Snoop, who believed it would only invite more trouble. Napoleon of the Outlaws sheds further light on the impact of Hit 'Em Up and its aftermath on the already strained relationship between Snoop Dogg and Tupac. Hit 'Em Up was a game changer. It was a direct attack on those who...
Hold on, man. Welcome to the motherfucking family, man. Give the family a big old round of applause, man. Acting in this stuff. My brother Momo in this bitch. My brother PlayStation in this bitch. What's the word? We turning up.
Tupac felt had wronged him, but it also deepened the divide between Snoop and Tupac. Snoop's dislike for the song was evident, and it further fueled the jealousy and tension that already existed between them. The aftermath of Hit 'Em Up was a turning point in the Snoop Dogg and Tupac saga. The diss track not only solidified
Momo, you going to the Diddy flavor camp?
Tupac's reputation as a fearless and ruthless lyricist, but also strained the already fragile friendship between the two rap icons. The situation was like this till Pac got shot. As news of the shooting spread, Snoop Dogg received a devastating update. His friend, his collaborator, and his brother were fighting for his life. Without a moment's hesitation, Snoop knew he had to be by Tupac's side. He said, "When we drive to Vegas to see Pac, we got to Suge's house first, so we haven't even seen Pac. We were just talking to Suge, and he had his head wrapped up, telling us what happened. He said, Pac's gonna be all right. He's gonna pull through. He got shot 9 times before. He's gonna be all right." Filled with a glimmer of hope, Snoop Dogg and his companions went to the hospital, their hearts heavy with anticipation. But little did they know that the sight that awaited them would shatter their optimism. Snoop said, "We go to the hospital and see that it ain't all right. He had tubes in him. When I walked in, I could just feel like he wasn't even there, and I fainted." The gravity of the situation hit Snoop Dogg like a ton of bricks. Pac lay in a hospital bed, fighting for his life. It was a moment of profound sadness and disbelief. But amidst the chaos and despair, Tupac's mother, Afeni Shakur, emerged as a guiding light. She understood the bond between Snoop Dogg and her son.
See, you been rocking with my power, bro. Man, 50 been going crazy, gang. I ain't even gonna lie.
And she knew that Snoop's strength was crucial in this moment. She was like, "My baby ain't never seen you weak. I don't want you to be weak in front of him. You go in the bathroom, fix yourself up, and you go back in there and you talk to him and you tell him how you feel." Afeni. Shakur's words struck a chord deep within Snoop Dogg's soul. He knew that he had to gather his strength and be there for his friend, no matter the circumstances. She knew there was a little tension, but she knew how much we loved each other. So she gave us a moment for me to say some things to him as far as how much I love him. But I knew that that was going to be my last time speaking with him. I thanked him for everything he had done for me, for the music, for the culture. I told him that his legacy would live on, that his voice would continue to inspire generations to come. In those final moments, Snoop Dogg and Tupac found solace in their unspoken connection. They didn't need words to express the depth of their bond. It was a love that transcended time and space, a love that would endure long after Tupac's physical.
Yeah, but if they had that type of love, well, you know, money rule everything. He had that type of love, man, but the money was too much. Backdoor his man, allegedly.
Presence was gone. Actor Faison Love, known for
we just gonna have to wait this one out, bro, and see what this case come out to be. You feel me?
his roles in movies like Friday and The Couple's Retreat, also made a shocking claim during an Instagram live session. Love believes that Snoop Dogg had the power to prevent the tragic events that led to Tupac's death. He said, "I always felt when Pac died, Snoop could have stopped the whole thing. I mean, because like I said, Snoop..."
Bro, it wasn't just... it wasn't just Puffy, bro. It was Puffy and Suge, bro. It was just... Actually, you know what? To be honest with you, I wouldn't even say it was Puffy. I would say it was more Suge, bro. Suge was on, you know what I mean? Suge was Big Damu. Suge was on that. Suge was trying to take all that nigga artists, gang.
Was a Crip. Pac affiliates were Crips doing some gang shit. Some dumb gang shit, really. Love's claim suggests that Snoop's affiliation with the notorious Crips organization could have given him the influence needed to call off any plans to harm Tupac. According to Love, the tension between Tupac and Snoop set off a chain of events that ultimately led to the fatal shooting. If Snoop had the power to intervene, why didn't he? Was it a matter of loyalty to his gang affiliation, or were there other factors at play? Let's look into the key players involved in Pac's death, including James Roseman, Dexter Isaac, Death Row Records, and Bad Boy Records. Key players. On November 30th, 1994, the hip-hop world was forever changed by an incident that took place at Quad Recording Studios in Manhattan. Tupac Shakur walked into the lobby of the studio with the intention of collaborating with fellow rapper Lil Sean. As Tupac entered the lobby, he was suddenly confronted by 3 armed men. They demanded his valuables, and a struggle ensued. In the chaos that followed, Tupac was shot 5 times, with 1 bullet grazing his head. The attack left him gravely wounded and fighting for his life. This incident had a profound impact on the relationship between Tupac Shakur and Biggie Biggie Smalls. Prior to the shooting, the two were considered friends and occasional collaborators. They shared a deep bond, with Tupac even inviting Biggie to stay at his Los Angeles home and sleep on his couch. Their friendship was built on mutual respect and admiration for each other's talents. Tupac held Biggie in high regard, appreciating his authenticity and lyrical prowess. He saw Biggie as someone who truly lived the street life he rapped about. On the other hand, Biggie admired Tupac's commitment to social justice and his strong belief in fighting for the best interests of black people. Tupac's lineage as the son of a Black Panther further resonated with Biggie. However, everything changed after the incident at Quad Recording Studios. Tupac firmly believed that Biggie had some involvement in the ambush. He felt betrayed and deeply hurt, convinced that his friend had played a role in orchestrating the attack. As Tupac was being taken out on a stretcher, he allegedly flipped off Biggie and other associates affiliated with his Bad Boy record label. This gesture symbolized the irreparable damage done to their relationship. The divide between the East Coast, represented by Biggie and his label Bad Boy Records, owned by Sean Puff Daddy Combs, and the West Coast, represented by Tupac and Death Row Records, led by Marion Suge Knight, grew wider with each passing day. The shooting incident fueled the fire of animosity between the two camps. Tupac openly accused Biggie, Bad Boy Records, and Combs of having prior knowledge of the attack, an accusation vehemently denied by the accused. Both artists used their music and the media as platforms to express their frustrations and seek revenge.
Man.
The feud between the East Coast and West Coast rap scene.
I don't know, niggas are scared of Suge, man. Hey, remember that nigga slapped that nigga Snoop Dogg and made that nigga go back out on the stage when they was about ready to kill that nigga at that awards show, bro.
Escalated further when Suge Knight took a dig at Puff Daddy during the 1995 Source Awards in New York City. Knight invited artists to join Death Row, but his invitation was
allegedly fucking Suge Knight owned his artist, which was Pac, some money, bro. Allegedly, you know. We never got the scoop of it, but I mean, that's word around town.
Met with boos from the audience. The tension intensified when Dr. Dre, the co-founder of Death Row, was named Producer of the Year, further fueling the rivalry. The media played a significant role in amplifying the feud. The cover of Vibe magazine, featuring the headline East Coast versus West Coast, became a symbol of the escalating conflict. It provided a language and framework for the feud, turning it into a cultural phenomenon. James Roseman, a former record executive known as Jimmy Henchman, emerged as a central figure in the origins of the beef. While facing unrelated charges, Roseman made shocking admissions during proffer sessions.
Homo, you be rocking with these reactions, my brother? I keep them coming for you, guys.
His statements would not be used against him. Roseman confessed his involvement in various criminal activities, including his connection to the Quad Studio shooting. Tupac Shakur himself accused Roseman of being responsible for the attack in his song Against All Odds. The lyrics pointed a finger directly at Roseman, alleging his role in orchestrating the ambush. However, it's important to note that Roseman did not commit the crime directly. Instead, another man named Dexter Isaac claimed that Roseman hired him to rob Tupac at the Quad Studio. In an interview, Dexter Isaac revealed shocking details about his involvement in the shooting. He stated, "James Roseman hired me to rob Tupac at the Quad Studio." Isaac's confession shed light on the alleged mastermind behind the attack. However, neither Roseman nor Isaac were ever charged for their involvement in the shooting. Instead, they both faced legal consequences for other crimes. Roseman was convicted of murder, while Isaac was serving a sentence for a robbery and murder. The revelations surrounding James Roseman and Dexter Isaac added another layer of complexity to the East Coast-West Coast feud. The feud also had a significant impact on the artists' personal lives. Biggie's marriage to Faith Evans, a singer signed with Bad Boy Records, became a target of rumors and speculation. Tupac and Death Row Records leaned into the rumors, hinting that Tupac was in a relationship with Evans. This further strained the relationship between Tupac and Biggie. Mobb Deep, a rap duo consisting of Havoc and Prodigy, found themselves directly targeted in Tupac's infamous diss track, Hit 'Em Up. Tupac called them out by name, accusing them of being fake thugs and challenging their credibility. This direct confrontation drew Mobb Deep into the feud, aligning them with Bad Boy Records and the East Coast faction. In response to Tupac's attack, Mobb Deep released their own diss track, Drop a Gem on Him. The song was a scathing response to Tupac's insults, with lyrics that fired back at him and Death Row Records. Nas also became embroiled in the feud. Although he was not directly affiliated with Bad Boy Records, Nas found himself caught in the crossfire due to his association with the East Coast. In his song The Message, Nas expressed his support for Biggie and the East Coast, further fueling rivalry between the coasts. Junior Mafia, a rap group formed by Biggie Smalls, also played a significant role in the feud. The group's member Lil Cease claimed claimed that Tupac was the subject of Biggie's track, Long Kiss Goodnight. This assertion added fuel to the fire, as it suggested that Biggie was taking shots at Tupac in his music. However, Puff Daddy, staying along his diplomatic path, denied this theory, arguing that if Biggie were to diss Tupac, he would have called him out by name. The involvement of these New York rappers intensified the conflict, turning the East Coast-West Coast feud into a larger narrative of New York versus Los Angeles. Even though Mobb Deep, Nas, and Junior Mafia were not directly affiliated with Bad Boy Records, their association with the East Coast faction made them target.
And they can't even say Nas right. That nigga said Nas. What the hell?
It's in the eyes of the West Coast supporters. The feud became more than just a battle between record labels and artists. It became a cultural phenomenon that captivated fans and the hip-hop community. People felt a sense of participation in the conflict, aligning themselves with either the East Coast or the West Coast. The rivalry took on a life of its own, with fans and media outlets eagerly following every development and dissecting every diss track. It continued this way until the eventual murder of Tupac and Biggie. Another important figure that appeared post-Tupac's murder was Keef D. In 2008, Keef D, a member of the Southside Crips, made a shocking confession to the Los Angeles police regarding his alleged involvement in the murder of Tupac Shakur. This confession, made in exchange for immunity in a PCP ring case, revealed startling details about the events leading up to Tupac's tragic death. According to Keef D's confession, his nephew, Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, was the one who pulled the trigger, shooting Tupac from the car they were in. Keef D admitted that if Tupac had been on his side of the car, he would have been the one to shoot him.
Bro, this nigga Keef D is dumb, bro. This nigga come out with all this shit because his doctor told him he about to go see the Most High. Man, you goofy. Take that shit to your grave, bro.
The weapon used in the shooting was a Glock .40, which Keef D claimed was hidden in a secret compartment in the armrest of the car. But the shocking revelations didn't stop there. Keef D also implicated Sean Diddy Combs in ordering the hit on Tupac and Suge Knight. According to Keef D's claims, Diddy allegedly expressed his desire to get rid of them dudes, referring to Tupac and Suge Knight. Keef D alleged that Diddy's issue with Knight stemmed from Knight's infamous diss to the Bad Boy executive at the 1995 Source Awards. Initially, Diddy supposedly only wanted Knight dead, but after Tupac released the diss track Hit 'Em Up, which targeted Diddy and Biggie, Diddy allegedly included Tupac in the hit. The alleged terms of the hit were said to have been settled at Greenblatt's Deli, where Keef D asked for a staggering $1 million to kill both Tupac and Knight. Keef D claimed that he told Diddy, "We'll wipe their out quick, man, it's nothing." However, Keef D asserted that the Southside Crips never received the alleged payment from Diddy. In the 2018 series Death Row Chronicles on BET, Keef D made a groundbreaking revelation, publicly admitting to being in the car that gunned down Tupac Shakur. According to Keef D's account, on the night of September 7, 1996, he was in a Cadillac with Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, Terrence Bubble Up Brown, and DeAndre Freaky Smith, all members of the Southside Crips. Their intention was to wait for Tupac to perform at Club 662, owned by Suge Knight. However, they left the club before Tupac's arrival. As they were driving away, Keef D recalled a pivotal moment. Some girls on the street yelled Tupac's name, prompting him to stick his head out of a car window. Keef D remarked, "If he wouldn't even have been out the window, we would have never seen him." This chance encounter set the stage for the tragic events that followed. The car made a U-turn, and they found themselves at a stoplight next to Tupac's BMW, with Suge Knight in the passenger seat. Keef D vividly remembered seeing his friend Suge and feeling a mix of emotions. It was at this moment that shots were fired, but Keef D did not disclose who pulled the trigger, citing the code.
See, that's crazy because they said Suge Knight was in the passenger seat. We all know from the shit back in the day that Suge was in the driver's seat. Pac was in the passenger seat. They flipping the narrative
Of the streets. He simply stated, "It just came from the back seat, bro."
Yeah,
in his
it is.
2019 memoir, Compton
hell,
Street
Mo.
Legend,
I'm
Keef
with
D
you, Mo.
delves even deeper into the shocking details surrounding Tupac's murder. The memoir provides a first-hand account of the events leading up to the shooting, shedding light on alleged meetings, escalating tensions, and the motivations behind the tragic incident. According to Keef D, one of the most significant revelations in his memoir was an alleged meeting with Sean Diddy Combs. Keef D also revealed that the Southside Crips were further incensed by Tupac's diss track Hit 'Em Up. The lyrics, particularly Tupac's line, "If you want to be down with Bad Boy, then f you too," angered the Southside Crips, adding fuel to the fire. The tension escalated when Keef D received news that some 118 East Coast Crips had witnessed Death Row members assaulting his nephew Baby Lane near a casino. This incident, coupled with a recent theft of a Death Row chain by a Southside Crip, intensified the desire for retaliation. Keef D claimed that conversations about $1 million bounty on the heads of Suge Knight and Tupac had been ongoing. However, after the attack on Baby Lane, the stakes were raised. Keith D wrote, "The shit became ominously personal. The desire for revenge intensified." And Keith D described obtaining a .40 Glock from a man named Zip, who was associated with rapper Foxy Brown. The plan was to attend a death row after party at Club 662, where Tupac was scheduled to perform. Initially, Keith D intended to confront Knight, whom he had known for a long time. However, when Tupac and Knight failed to show up for over an hour and a half, Keith D decided to call off the confrontation. He wrote, "Lucky for them, they never showed up because it would have been like Al Capone's Valentine's Day Massacre if they had." Following the publication of his memoir, Keith D sat down for an interview with DJ Vlad, where he discussed his life and the events surrounding Tupac's murder. However, during the interview, Keith D remained guarded and reluctant to provide further details, often responding to questions with a dismissive tone. When asked about the identity of the shooter, Keith D refused to go into specifics, citing the code of the streets and emphasizing the importance of keeping certain information undisclosed. He simply replied, "I'm not going to go into details on that one. Keep the streets, homie." Throughout the interview, Keith D maintained a stoic demeanor, offering minimal elaboration on the events he had previously disclosed in his memoir. He seemed to adhere to the notion that the details were best left for readers to discover in his book. When DJ Vlad read a passage from the memoir, Keith D responded with a simple, "Basically, yeah," leaving the audience hungry for more insight. Let's circle back to Suge's claims about Snoop. Many speculate that Knight's accusations stem from a place of bitterness rather than genuine evidence. The issue between Knight and Snoop traces back to Snoop's acquisition of Death Row Records, Knight's former record label. Snoop's takeover of the iconic label dealt a significant blow to Knight, who was once a dominant force in the music industry. Knight's
because not Pac, but Snoop Dogg fucking bought Death Row. I remember, right? He bought Death Row Records. He's the head honcho of that shit.
Remarks about
that gotta rub Suge Knight the wrong way while he's up in that damn prison.
Snoop's alleged involvement in Tupac's death seemed more like a desperate attempt to tarnish Snoop's reputation rather than a credible accusation. It's no secret that Knight has had a tumultuous history with various artists, and his latest claims may be viewed as a continuation of his pattern of seeking revenge and settling scores. Moreover, Snoop Dogg's stature in the music industry and his reputation as a peace advocate make Knight's accusations appear even more far-fetched. Snoop has consistently distanced himself from violence and has been a vocal proponent of unity and positivity, making it unlikely that he would be involved in such a sinister act. Knight's motives in implicating Snoop appear more rooted in personal vendettas than in a quest for justice. If you enjoyed this video, click on the card showing on your screen right now for more videos.
We're going to have to keep an eye on this case, y'all. When I catch another compilation, another video, we got to keep our eye out on this, man. We're going to stay close up on this one, man. Y'all put y'all thoughts in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think about this, what y'all feel about this, man. What y'all think gonna go on. And if y'all ain't already, man, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit your post notification bell, man. Join the family. We would love to have you. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm up out of here, man. I'm gonna go rest. Gotta work tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed this one, man. I'm gonna keep, like I said, I'm gonna keep my eye on this one. And we gonna come back with some more. When we catch another one, we'll be back. Y'all know. One love, man. We out.
Thank you for watching and tuning in. Join me on all platforms. We on another level now.